So a little update to what I'm doing on my Excursion, and hopefully some advice to anyone who is working on a Radiator on a 7.3 that happens to have the transmission cooler at the bottom of it. So here's my original Radiator, and here's my new one. The new one is a Mishimoto, just a replacement Radiator. It's still made in China, which is a little unfortunate and adds a little bit of complexity, which is why I figured I'd make this video. So one of the main problems with, at least where I had started having problems, was I had to replace these two fittings here. The original ones were pretty much rusted. The transmission line was rusted to the fitting enough where it wasn't really going to be easy to clean up and fix. So when I bought these two fittings, ended up being $50 shipped to my door from a Ford dealership. For these two fittings, they came with some sort of thread sealant already in place there, and everything was fine. They line up real well. They're way higher quality than what came from China, of course. But I had a leak here, and now I had backed this off now to look at it. So I thought I had cracked my plastic housing when I torqued this down, and I don't know what the spec was, so I just went to whatever I thought was right. That side never leaked. This side was leaking, so not transmission fluid, but coolant coming out of the housing. So just keep in mind this radiator is upside down. So this is on the bottom here, and I got some dripping coming out of here with no heat, no pressure. So decided to replace the radiator, thinking I had cracked this. I had tightened it when it was dripping, and it got worse. So I figured it was cracked. And looking at it now, sure doesn't look cracked. So that's unfortunate. But as I was dumping coolant out, I snapped the drain plug. So things getting pretty aged anyway. Thought I had it pretty cleaned up. It was good to go, but not good enough. So got the new radiator just to fix that leak. This came with its own fittings, and interestingly enough, it came with two sizes. So the other size came with, sitting over here, these are smaller ones. Then it also came with some O-rings and some pretty darn poor directions. Obviously it's pretty simple, but put the O-ring in. The only thing I don't like is it came with one size O-ring, a small one. Fits probably, well, it fits really good in there. Doesn't fit at all in these. These didn't have their own O-rings. So what I did was I pulled the O-rings out of my Ford ones, put them into here. And the reason I did that is because these are already torqued down, and I don't want to risk actually cracking plastic again, or maybe for the first time, but having the same problem. So I'm going to leave these in, try the Ford O-rings out. They're actually inside there. I'll grab a light. I'll show you. Probably pretty important that this be a pretty good fit. So there's the O-ring. Now that's the Ford Motorcraft O-ring sitting inside the Chinese fitting here, and I think it's gonna work out pretty well. Those O-rings are a lot bigger than what they gave me, so that's what they supplied me. It's a lot smaller. There's that broken drain plug cap. So I'm gonna hope this doesn't leak. I think the threads are gonna match. They sure look like they match, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, radiator was about $280, free shipping, so that was helpful for such a large item. Being a large item that's very delicate, it did come with some dings on it, mostly on the inboard side. I tried cleaning some of them up, and I'm a little worried about a couple of them, but it's a radiator, so the only way I can really test it that I know of is fill it up and see if it doesn't leak. I really don't want to just fill it up with water and do some sort of messed up weird test outside the truck, but I might as well just install it and see. It wasn't super hard to remove. Obviously the truck's not too complex to do something like that. All you're really doing is dropping your coolant out, taking the jack handles off the top here, undoing the driver's side, passenger side radiator mounts, take the fan trowel, push it back, get the radiator bottle out of the way, let everything out on the bottom go, and you're pretty much in the clear. So it wasn't too bad to get it out, and I'm going to throw this new one in and see if we don't have any leaks. Hopefully we don't. That's just a quick overview on 7.3 radiator issues. This is a 2001. I'm not sure exactly, but not all 7.3s in this 99 to 03 have this oil to water transmission cooler. So that's something to note, that they all don't have that. I believe the earlier ones were just the trans cooler, the oil to air cooler. So this has that also, but this is the second cooler in the stage. So something to note, and those O-rings are going to be quite important. The fittings are quite important, and I don't know if I have the part number. I think this is it. Let's see if we can read this. Yeah. Here's the part number for those 4 O-rings I got. YL17D, or YL17 7023273B. I can't even talk today. Dyslexia is not a good attribute. There's the update on the truck, and we'll throw this radiator in and see what happens.